So today we're taking a look at another debate clip where Anton thinks he makes a good point. The video is called Anti-Tax Libertarians Benefit Enormously from Taxation. So to start off with, this is kind of a non sequitur because I never argued that we don't benefit at all from taxation, just that taxation is based on coercion and is therefore illegitimate. But let's see what Anton has to say.
And to talk about, it's their income, they earned it.
So this is a point I made during the debate, and it's a very important point to reiterate because it's important to understanding the libertarian position on property rights. You see, everybody owns themselves. By extension, everyone owns their time and labor, and by extension owns the fruits of their time and labor. If somebody else is entitled to the fruits of your time and labor against your will, as is the case with taxation, then there's an extent to which they own you. So taxation isn't just theft, it's also slavery. To put it another way, because there's no way to opt out of taxation, because the government is automatically entitled to a portion of what you earn, then you're essentially not earning money for yourself, you're earning money for the government. The government's just letting you keep some of it, and the amount you get to keep is at their discretion, not yours, even though you're the one who earned the money.
Overlooks the fact that they're benefiting from the many protections and services that this government provides for them.
So this is a total straw man. We're not overlooking the fact that the government provides benefits with the money they forcibly take from us. Yes, we are well aware that the government does provide us with these benefits, but that doesn't end the conversation. Is it fair to force people to pay for these so-called benefits whether they wanted them or not? And are there better, more efficient, and more ethical ways of providing these same benefits and services that don't involve forcibly kidnapping people into a cage?
Drinking, they can focus on their business because they're not drinking polluted tap water that's giving them dysentery.
Because without government, nobody would bother purifying drinking water. It's not like bottled water is a multi-million-dollar-a-year industry.
And horrible diarrhea. They can focus on growing their business because they're not suffering from food poisoning, because there aren't, shoddy, unsafe food practices practiced at the meatpacking plants.
Yeah, because a meat company that poisoned its customers would be super profitable and wouldn't go out of business at all.
They can drive to work to meet with a client and negotiate a deal on highways that are maintained by the government.
Well, nowadays, business arrangements like that are usually made over Zoom or Discord or some type of teleconferencing platform. But anyways, getting back on subject, does Anton really believe that roads would just cease to exist without government? Like, the free market can give us pocket computers that can communicate across the globe instantly, cheap enough that you can get one at Walmart for $20, but for some reason can't make a flat surface.
This income was made because that there are so many of these regulations that they benefit from.
Assuming that that's true, why wouldn't people be voluntarily willing to pay into it then? If people benefit from these programs and services, if it makes their income possible like you claim, then surely we wouldn't need to force people to pay for it then. The only reason you would need to force people to pay is if they don't benefit from it, like how we don't benefit from overseas aggression or the war on drugs. I'd bet dollars to donuts that people would voluntarily pay for all the good things government does, such as roads and water purification, and we wouldn't be forced to pay for all the bad things the government does, like overseas aggression and wasteful boondoggles.
And libertarians talk about, I feel like they have it backwards because they talk about the government is stealing from me.
Well, I mean, if anyone besides the government did the exact same thing, it would be seen for what it is, aggression. You're threatening people with violence if they don't hand over a portion of their income against their will. That's what you're doing.
But if you were living in this society...
What is a society exactly? What does it mean to live in a society? And of course we run into the whole paradox of the heap. How many people constitute a society versus a mob demanding free shit? This is the problem with this collectivist rhetoric.
And you weren't contributing to maintaining it through your tax dollars, you'd be the real freeloader here.
The problem with this argument is that taxation actually enables a lot more freeloading than it prevents. And the main reason for that is that you're forced to pay for services whether you use them or not. Don't drive on a particular road? Guess what? You're still stuck paying for it. Send your kids to a private school? Guess what? You're still stuck paying for the public school. Have a 401k with your employer? Guess what? You're still stuck paying for Social Security. And the list goes on and on. If freeloading is what we're trying to prevent here, then why exactly should I be forced to pay for stuff whether I want it or use it or not?
You'd be the one that would be stealing the benefits from all these programs that you're not paying for.
So when did I agree to receive these benefits, and where does my obligation to pay for them come from exactly? Anton seems to be under the impression that simply benefiting from something in and of itself creates an obligation to pay for it. Let's say, for example, that I make an agreement with Anton that I'll mow his lawn for $20, and he refuses to pay me. In that case, he would in fact be stealing my labor. But let's say that I take it upon myself to just mow Anton's lawn without asking him first, without getting his permission first. I'm just going to mow his lawn. Then suddenly retroactively expect him to pay me. Well, in that case, Anton would have every right to tell me to go pound sand because he never asked or consented to the service that I provided. Anton has more of these debate clips. I'm going to plan on tackling more of them. If that's something you want to see, then stick around. Until next time, this has been Philosophossum, making stupidity play dead. Everyone take care.